What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Jurassic Park Survival, a game that I think many people are very excited for, and I can see why. I'm with you. It's one of the most asked questions I think I get from my community on almost a day-to-day basis is, what do you think's going on with this game? How close are we? And so I just wanted to kind of do a summer check-in on this game. Pretty good timing, and I think it's what's got more people into it. Obviously, the movie, right? Now, I'm recording this a little bit early. I guess I can try to change things if they say something. I don't really think much is going to change, though, from the status quo. So I guess I'm just trying to get ahead of things in case this video ages badly over the next couple weeks. But, look, there's really a debate between when did this game start development, and that's pretty much the only thing that matters when we're talking about when it could come out. I've seen people time and time again saying, oh, it's possible to come out in 2025 or even 2026. Obviously, 2026, much more possible than 25. I think there's no chance in hell that it's coming out this year. To be honest with you, I don't really think it's coming out next year either. Really, again, when did the thing start? Now, I think what most people gravitate towards, there was a comment, I think back when the trailer first came out, so back in December of 2023, and there was a comment of being a playtester on the game, and that the game had been in development for 5 years, and kind of pitched the game as this Alien Isolation type thing, right? I think so much has been based off of that, and I really don't think that's true at all. I actually think that's just a person that's lying. Now, I could be wrong, but at the same time, I feel like we have enough evidence to suggest this game was not in the works for 5 years. So if it was in the works 5 years before that trailer was shown to us, I guess announced, whatever you want to say, so 2018, sometime in 2018, maybe even 2019, you want to say. Now, the COVID stuff definitely could have slowed it down. I guess maybe I would believe that, but I mean, in 5 years, that's the trailer we get. Now, it was a great trailer. It was a trailer that I think did what it needed to do. But the trailer was all cinematics except for a couple gameplay snippets. And, okay, fair enough for the very first trailer of a game announcement. You want to go big, you want to do the CG, whatever, okay? But the issue is that was a year and a half ago. So if it was already in the works for 5 years before then, we're now 6.5 years into it, and we've got still really nothing but that trailer, right? We know that like motion capture was ongoing. I think some head of something tweeted that a couple months ago, that the script and the motion capture, whatever. I just don't see how that's even remotely possible. There's no way the game's been in the works for 6.5 years, and they're only at this point in the game. So I'm going to call that person out, whoever that person might be. I'm going to call that idea out and just say there's no way in hell that that was accurate. More likely than not. And I've been saying this, and I said this when the trailer first came out. Do I want it now? Do I want it next year? Of course I do. But this is a classic like Game Awards thing, these really big games, right? They get shown off at the Game Awards. They're big, they're flashy, whatever. And they started work on it 6 months or a year before it. I mean, it happens. I don't know if it was the same year, 2023. I'm trying to remember. Blade was announced, and in the same time, they were at least smart enough to say, hey, look, we're not coming out for an incredibly long time. We just started. Blade is not coming out till next gen, okay? So it's like, and I don't like that, because it's like, all right, you show the game and now you have to wait 5-6 years. But I can at least respect the way that they announced it, because they were very honest with where they were at with the game. And most times they're not. When you get a Wonder Woman, when you get a Wolverine, when you get a Star Wars Eclipse, these are games that started maybe like 6 months beforehand, and then they're showing a trailer, and it's like, you got nothing. It's just an announcement. And Jurassic Park, I think it's almost kind of an in-between. I don't think it's a game that's coming out 6 months later. Obviously, it's been a year and a half. But I also don't think it's a game, and I will say this, like, I don't think it's a game that's 5-6 years away, like they started the day before. I think maybe somewhere in like a happy medium is where I would kind of put it. I would, to be safe though, and to set expectations, I would assume it was less along than further along, okay? I would assume that they started it more recently when they showed that trailer versus like years and years before it. That's just kind of where I've been. There's really been nothing. It's very hard to find even job postings on this thing. Again, I think with the movie, like, we might get something. We got that IGN update last June. So that was 6 months after. Now it's been a year. You got the movie coming out again to kind of brace in case this video ages. Like, I would like them to say something It's just, I don't expect a release date. I don't expect a release year. Just, at this point, just acknowledge it's still going, which I don't think anybody believes it's not still going, but just to say it. And then, I don't know, maybe next year you show it off. I mean, look, factually, this Game Awards, it'll be 2 years since that first trailer. Like, it's actually insane. We're actually very much getting closer to that awkward period where you showed the trailer and then it's been like 3-4 years later and you got nothing to show for it. We have many games in that category. We're approaching year 2. It's not that bad. Not yet. If we go through all of next year, there's still nothing visually, not just what they say, visually, then we might have a problem. And when I say, I guess, have a problem, I guess you just put into the category of announced it way too early, much like 500 other games that always do that. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at. Expectations for the game, very high. Okay, I'm very, for everything I just said, I'm very excited for the game. Expectations for that are high. Expectations for seeing it and when we see it and how we see it are on the floor. I don't have expectations. I think that if this game takes 3 years for them to show it again, I don't love it. It's the way that the industry is. It's the way that I kind of had thought it was going to be in the first place. It would be a disappointment for those that thought it was going to come 6 months later, but they've already been disappointed, so what can you do? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.